Hello again, friends. My name is Emily. Welcome back to Hobart's Library. I'm so happy you're here. It's been a minute, huh? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I've been really busy. I've been working 5 days a week, and then on the 2 days that I was off, it was Sunday and Wednesday. I had church on both of those days, and those were the only days that I could catch up on cleaning the house. So that was pretty much all I was doing, was cleaning the house and going to church, and then just like lying down for a little bit because I haven't gotten to do that much recently. So sorry for the little radio silence. I'm actually filming a reading vlog right now. It's just taking a little bit of time because I haven't been reading a whole lot. Last week I read a good amount, but Celeste tagged me in the Winter Essentials tag, and I am so excited to get into it. I know it's past Christmas, but winter just started. It was what, like 50, 60 degrees on Christmas Day? It hardly even counts as winter yet. So we're still doing it, and we're doing it today. So let's get into it. Also, if you hear some ruckus, I have a baby. Not a human baby, to be very clear, but a little baby. This is Mr. Darcy, or just Darcy. You are so uninterested in being around me right now, huh? He says the vibes are off and I must go, but just in case you hear any ruckus or if the camera moves, it's because of this young man right here. Or because of the guinea pigs in the corner. So the first prompt is crackling fire, a cold character who warmed up by the end. Now, Celestia picked Mr. Darcy. I feel like I can't not pick Mr. Darcy as well. I named my cat Mr. Darcy. I love Mr. Darcy. But hold on, let me think for a second. Cold character that warmed up by the end. Hold on. Okay, so I was just thinking about it. And Karen Whittemire, literally my favorite author ever, writes a lot of grouchy cowboys who fall in love with sweet girls. I love it. So we could go, there's so many choices here. So I picked up More Than Words Can Say. So More Than Words Can Say, I wouldn't say the guy is grumpy, but he definitely doesn't. This is a marriage of convenience plotline. Neither of them really want to be married. So it's both of them start out cold towards each other, and then okay, we could also go with Travis Archer from The Short Straw Bride. Another, I wouldn't say marriage of convenience, but sort of like a forced marriage. Darcy! Hold on, he wants out. Jericho Tucker from Tailor Made Bride. Again, Karen Whittemire. He wants absolutely nothing to do with this new dressmaker. He is such a grouchy grouch. I love her books so much. They're all so good. Hold on, maybe one more. I'm sure I can find another one. At Love's Command, which is book 1 in Hanger's Horseman. That one has Matthew Hanger. Anyway, we have to move on before this becomes a Karen Whittemire stan page. So, number 2 is Snowflakes, which is a book full of unique characters. So for this book, I'm gonna go with Dear Henry, Love Edith by Becca Kinzer. So I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this book because I really wasn't in a contemporary mood, I don't think, when I read it. And I absolutely adored it. It was hilarious. I mean, within the first few pages, I was laughing out loud reading this book. And all the characters are so, so cute and funny and unique and interesting. So it's about like these two people, Edith and Henry, and they're sort of in a situation where they have to live together, but they've never met each other. And because she works night shift and he works day shift, they never do meet each other, because when he is home, she's at work, and when she's at home, he's at work. And they, because of what they know about each other, they assume that they're both old folks. They assume, like, Edith assumes that Henry is just a sweet little old man, and Henry, of course, assumes that Edith is just a sweet little old lady. And obviously that's not the case, but this book is so cute and super, super funny. I really, really recommend it if you're in the mood for like a clean, contemporary, funny romance. Okay, the next prompt is Gingerbread Family. Which fictional family would you want to be a part of? The reason I struggle with this prompt is because in most of the fictional families, most fictional worlds are dangerous. Let me check my Goodreads shelf. Do we know what color, by the way, the 2024 Goodreads challenge banner is going to be? I voted for Emerald. Did you guys vote? Were people voting? I voted for Emerald. I think the options were like emerald, this like weird orange color, or like a red color, and I went with the emerald one. I thought that one was really pretty. Here's the thing, like, I would love to like meet all the characters from the Blades of Akhtar series, which I wanna clarify something. I mentioned once that Blades of Akhtar put me in a reading slump. I need to clarify. It is literally because it's so good. Bad books don't put me in reading slumps. Whenever I like taste something bad, I immediately want to put something good in my mouth to drown that out. When I taste something good, I don't want to eat something else. I want to continue consuming the good stuff and just live in that forever. So whenever I read a good book, I just want to be in that good book. I just want to stay there. I don't want to read anything else. When I read a bad book, I immediately want to read something that isn't terrible. So if I ever say that a book put me in a reading slump, just know it's because I liked it so much, not because I didn't like it. So like, I would like to be in like, man, I would hate to be in Blades of Akhtar, but at the same time, I'd really like to know all of them. I'd really like to be a part of their little family. Is there one that's less dangerous? Is there like... Man, not really. Oh, the family from the Cursed Princess Club? That one's super stinking cute. Are you kidding me? I kind of like that. Junie B. Jones? Okay, we're gonna go with the Cursed Princess Club because I cannot figure anything else out. All the other books that I read are romances, and I don't want to like just like be there, just like watching these people be in love. Like, that doesn't sound appealing to me. But I would like to be the fourth sister in the Cursed Princess Club. I think that would be really fun. Prompt number 4 is Blizzard. What is a book that had you confused the whole time? So I took this prompt like a couple different ways. So either like a really good mystery, or a book that like the plot was redonk or the writing was redonk and it just didn't make any sense. So I'm gonna go with a really good mystery just because I really can't think of that many books. Well, I feel like I blot out bad books from my memory. Same with movies. Like, I don't remember much of Brother Bear, even though I watched it a lot. Not because I didn't like it, but because it made me sad. So I feel like anything that like implements a negative emotion in me, I blot it out of my memory. So we're gonna go with a really good mystery. And for that prompt, we are going to go with And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is a bind-up of And Then There Were None, Crooked House, and Endless Night. And Then There Were None is very much a they're trapped on an island, and the people are dying like one by one. And it's very much like a whodunit. It's very like Clue-esque, I guess. But super, super good. Super twisty, super confusing. And the last chapter is... I can't say what the last chapter is because I would spoil it. But it kept me very interested for the entire book. Okay, what's next? Gift giving. What is the latest book that was gifted to you? I had a few books gifted to me recently. I also had some Barnes & Noble gift cards given to me. Should I include what I bought with those? I'm going to, just so that I don't have to do a book haul. I mean, it's not like anybody's gun to my head forcing me to, but I think it'd be fun. So these are the books most recently given to me. This is the only one that was actually given to me. These ones I bought with my gift cards. This is Metabolical, The Lore and Lies of Processed Food, Nutrition, and Modern Medicine. And I want to be very clear because that sounds bad. That sounds like I'm against medicine. I'm not. I am on a prescription antidepressant. I'm working on getting off of it, but I'm not against medicine. I want to be clear about that. Not against people taking Advil when they're in pain, not against people taking cold medicine when they have a cold. But I'm very, very interested in processed food, nutrition, and the lies that we are told about the capabilities and the side effects of modern medicine. So I'm very, very interested in using food as medicine and how nutrition that we can get from our food can work to heal our bodies. So my friend Aletha, who is also my manager from work, she got me this because she is so sweet. I love her. Okay, and then the books that I bought at Barnes & Noble with my little gift cards, I got Lola at Last. If you know anything about this book, let me know. But it's a modern take on Pride and Prejudice's most infamous sister, Lydia Bennet, that proves no matter what your story is, you can always change the ending. Lola Barnes' summer is not off to the best start. Fresh off a scandal that tanked her social status, Lola has somehow managed to also alienate her twin sister, lose the friends she thought she had, and put a fiery end to the first party of the summer. The boat was barely on fire, for the record, and all the partygoers were just fine. Lola is given an ultimatum: jail time or spending the summer with a non-profit, Hike Like a Girl. Everyone expects Lola to fail, but even as Lola encounters bugs, blisters, and bears, oh my, she finds something greater that she's been missing all along. Unexpected friends, a sweet romance, strength she didn't know she had, and herself, Lola at last. So it sounded like a coming-of-age romance, and it's a reimagining of Lydia from Pride and Prejudice. And so I did pick it up. If you know anything about it and think that it's like, if it has anything inappropriate in it, just let me know. It's hard to buy books in store. Like, come on. It's really, really difficult to buy books in store, which is why I only bought 3 when I had $60 to spend. Next, I got Betting on You by Lynn Painter. Super cute cover. This sounds like, I don't really know much of what this is about. It was in a lot of like clean romance, not playlists, like category things, like lists on Goodreads. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't know if it actually is or not. So again, if you know anything about it, let me know. But my understanding of it is that it's a clean romance that is not going to be weird. I hope. The last one that I got is Love and Olives by Jenna Evans Welch. I did get it in paperback. I wish they'd had it in hardcover because I have the first 2 books in hardcover in this series. The first one is Love and Gelato, which I loved when I read it. The second one is Love and Luck, I think. The first one's about Italy, the second one is about Ireland, and the last one is about Greece. And they're all books with like really heavy topics. Like this one is about a girl who has like a really strained relationship with her dad, and then she has to work with him and his apprentice, who of course she falls in love with the apprentice, the young man that works with her dad. But if this book follows anything like the first book, Love and Gelato, I haven't read the second one. I know, you don't have to tell me. I have the second one. I've had it for years. Haven't read it. Just, it's fine. If it follows anything like that, the romance, it's probably like 30% romance and like 70% like really deep inner trauma healing.
Hey Emily, it's editing Emily here. The word you're looking for is drama. It's a family drama. Okay.
So they're really good books. Okay. Now that I've spent way too much time on that. Snowball. What is the biggest book you've ever read? The Bible? How many pages does Redeeming Love have? 479 pages? That's almost 500 pages. We're gonna go with Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. It's over there. I'm not gonna get up and get it. I already got a whole stack of books next to me. I'll just put a picture of it over here. Wrapping paper. What is your most beat up book? I'm not gonna include my cookbooks because I have a plethora, or a plethora. How do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce that? We're not gonna include my cookbooks because all of my cookbooks are used. I don't buy new cookbooks because I only like the old ones. I have like 5 to 10 new cookbooks. All the other ones are old. I feel like my actual most beat up books I don't have here. I feel like they're at my mom's house probably. Because like my copy of the Hunger Games books, those books went with me to a lot of places when I first read them, okay? I brought those books to school with me every day in my backpack. In my backpack, dude. Do you remember how beat up books used to get in backpacks? Let's look at the shelf, shall we? We're gonna go with Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder because the whole cover is like coming off. There's scribbles inside of it. Again, this is not like a new book. I got this secondhand. That's probably my most beat up book, which is funny because I haven't even read it. Christmas Lights. What is a book you own that has many colors on the cover? Man, how many times am I gonna have to get up? These may be kind of like boring answers, but I'm gonna go with 75 Masterpieces Every Christian Should Know. The fascinating stories behind great works of art, literature, music, and film. It's got all sorts of colors. It's even got, you know, that, dang it, Starry Night. It's even got Starry Night on the cover. Both of the books that I have to show you are nonfiction, so I'm sorry, but I really like art, I like poetry, I like beautiful architecture, and so that's why I bought this book. And then the second one is the Creation Museum signs. If you ever go to the Creation Museum or to the Ark Encounter, it's a museum, so it's full of signs and information, and you can't take it in all at once. So you can actually buy a book for each one. You can buy a book for the Ark signs and for the Creation Museum signs that has every sign that's in the Creation Museum, but in book form, so that you can actually have time to like study it all and read through it and actually absorb it. So I bought this one, and it's got all sorts of colors on the front because it's got all sorts of signs on the front. How cool is that? Ice Skating. What is a book that had a plot that was all over the place? So it doesn't look like it. I did read through these prompts and try to come up with my own answers before I started filming this. So I actually do have an answer for this because I had to sit and think about it for a while. But it is the worst book that I have ever read. I read it when I was 17 years old. It is on my Goodreads. I think it's the first book that I ever gave a 1-star review. I was deeply traumatized by this book, and it is Eve and Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. I hated this book. It was... It's about a girl named Evening, or Eve, and a boy named Solo. And it's very futuristic, it's very dystopian, fantasy. It's not dystopian. Whenever I think dystopian, I think of like crumbling buildings and plants taking over things. This is dystopian, like technology is super advanced, and her mom works in a lab, Solo works in the lab. Her mom owns the lab, Solo works in the lab. And Eve is tasked with making a simulation of like the perfect man. Stupid. I hate this book. You know what? My review for this book was not detailed at all. It was full of GIFs, and it barely even talked about the book. And you know what? That's how it should be. Don't give this book any more of your thought or time. It doesn't deserve it. And the plot was all over the place. Christmas Tree. Who is your favorite character of all time? I was gonna say that's really hard, but honestly, Hercule Poirot from the entire Poirot series by Agatha Christie. I like him so much. He is a little old detective, described as having like an egg-shaped head and a perfectly groomed mustache. And he's a little Belgian man. He is so witty and funny. And like, if Sherlock Holmes, I love Sherlock Holmes, but if Sherlock Holmes was pleasant, then he would be Hercule Poirot. Sherlock Holmes, wonderful character, love the stories, love the character. He's not a pleasant person though. He's not compassionate in any way. Poirot is so sweet and gentle and likable. I like him so much. I like him so much. So if I had to pick a favorite character of all time, Hercule Poirot. The Star. What's a book you look forward to rereading every year? Either Pride and Prejudice or Emma. I've already read Emma twice this year, and I almost read it 3 times this year, but I restrained myself. But it was pretty touch and go there for a while. But every year I do like to read Emma, and I like to read Pride and Prejudice. Okay, so the last part is Snowball Fight, tag 5 people. So I don't really know 5 people outside of the people that Celestria already tagged. There is one person though that I want to tag. I'm sure she's already done this tag, but you know what? I'm gonna tag her anyway because I don't make friends easily. So I'm going to tag everybody watching first and foremost, followed by Lindsay from BFCG. You're officially tagged. Even if you've already done it. You probably have new answers now. That is the Winter Essential book tag. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this out. I think she posted hers I think I was tagged in it like a week or 2 ago maybe. I feel really, really bad about not getting it out sooner, but it's out. It's done now, and I did it, and it's out now, and we're all very excited to see it. So I am so glad that you guys were here again at Hobart's Library, and we will see you again next time. Please let me know in the comments how you guys have been doing. Let me know what you guys have been talking about at church. I'm so excited to hear about it. Let me know if you've been doing any Bible studies or anything like that. What did you get for Christmas? What books did you get for Christmas? Tell me what kind of books you got for Christmas. I want to know. Okay, that's all. I'll stop now. I will talk to you guys next time here again at Hobart's Library. Bye, guys.